Hi everybody, welcome again with our courses. We're talking now about the flowchart basics, how to design and use. First, why we need flowchart. Flowchart is a simple way to convert your idea to real program, and you can use flowchart convert it to any programming code, any programming language. So flowcharts are graphically method of designing programs, and once the rules are learned, are very easy to draw. A well-drawn flowchart is also very easy to read, since it is basically used just two symbols, two decision constructs, and two interaction constructs. It contains the sequence symbol, the decision symbol, the decision symbol, the decision construct if then, the decision construct if then else, the repetition construct repeat, the repetition construct while. There are other symbols, but the real work is depicted by the two symbols and constructs. The language of the flowchart, as you see here, this two shape for start and stop, ellipse, diamond for decision, true from here and false from here, sequence or process, rectangular, and this rectangular for sub-process or sub-process. If you see the table, the symbol used in flowchart, the arrow for flow line, ellipse, terminal, stop or start, this shape for input output, rectangular for processing, diamond for decision, circle for on one page connector, this shape for off page connector, and rectangular for function and sub process. The repeat loop, as seen here, it is very simple. It is sequence, go to decision, false, return to the sequence again, true, exit the loop. While loop, the decision in the first. If the decision is false, it is exit the loop or the rotating. If the decision true, go to the sequence and again, so the sequence runs one time at least in this decision. The if then decision shape flowchart, you go to decision, if true go to the process or the sequence, if false exit the loop. In the if then else loop, the decision here is true, go to process 1. If it is false, go to process 2 and exit the loop. So in both true and false, there is a different process, two process. For example, this flowchart, you start and make a variable summation, sum equal 0 and count equal 1, and decision if count an even number, if true you add the count to the summation, sum equal sum plus count, that means add the count to the sum every time. If false, it is go to the next step, count equal count plus 1, and then is count greater than 20. If true, end the program, the application, and display the sum. If false, you return to the count again. This program easily summation the even number. So if the count is even number, go to this way. If it is odd number, go to this way. There is some rules for flowcharts. First one, every flowchart has a start symbol and stop symbol. The flow of sequence is generally from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. This can vary with loops which need to flow back to an entry point. Use arrowheads on connectors where flow direction may not be obvious. There is only one flowchart per page. A page should have a page number and a title. A flowchart on the page should not break and jump to another page. A flowchart should have no more than around 15 symbols, not including start and stop. If you study the examples here, we should see the rules being applied. Every flowchart has a start and symbol and stop symbol. This is wrong. There is no start and stop. This is right. The flow of sequence is generally from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. This can vary with loops which need to flow back to an entry point. This is wrong. This is right. As you see, from start of the page from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. There is only one flowchart per page. There is two flowchart. It is wrong. Only one on the page. A page should have page number and title. Here is the title, but there is no page here. Page number here. This is wrong. A flowchart on one page shouldn't break and jump to another page. If you see here, this is to page 38. It is wrong. This is from page 36. It is wrong. It is independent. Every flowchart is independent. This is an example to find the largest among three different numbers entered by user. The user here read A, B, C, three numbers. Is A greater than B? True. Is A greater than C? Then print A. This is the largest number. Decision again A. If is A greater than B? If false. Is B greater than C? False. Print B. True. Print C. Here, if here A greater than C is false, print B also. Then end the program. This is example for a flowchart. Calculate the roots of equation A x power of 2 plus bx plus c equals 0. Mathematically in school we learn before we entering the variable, define the variable b, c, d, x1, x2, rb and ib, calculated the b and d ac. This one we need, calculate this functions. If d greater than or equal 0, it is true, we find the two roots. If false, we use this equation and then display the root 1 and the root 2, r1 and r2. We will talk on details on this in the next courses. Thanks for your listening.